Grit. Talent is overrated. Grit is everything. We've been told a lie. That the people at the top were born with something special. That success is about genius, or luck, or connections. But Angela Duckworth blows that myth wide open. In Grit, she reveals the truth behind real achievement. It's not talent that wins, it's grit. The relentless pursuit of a goal. The fire that keeps burning when motivation fades. The discipline to keep going when it's boring, hard, and lonely. Grit equals passion, plus perseverance over time. Chapter 1. Grit versus talent. Talent is potential. Effort is execution. Grit is the bridge between the two. We live in a culture obsessed with natural ability. We praise prodigies and marvel at people who seem to be born brilliant. But Duckworth says we've misunderstood what creates greatness. Talent might get you started, but only grit gets you to the finish line. Grit is what turns raw ability into real achievement. It's not glamorous. It's not instant. It's steady, relentless, focused effort, day after day, especially when motivation fades and obstacles rise. Duckworth shares story after story. Athletes, artists, scientists, all who outperformed their peers not because they had more talent, but because they had more determination. They outlasted. They endured. She teaches that effort counts twice. First, it turns talent into skill. Then it turns skill into achievement. This is the equation. Talent times effort equals skill. Skill times effort equals achievement. So stop asking, am I gifted? Start asking, am I willing to persevere? That's grit, and that changes everything. Identify one area in your life where you've relied mostly on talent. Set a 30-day challenge where you'll focus solely on consistent effort, even when it gets hard. Chapter 2. Passion is not a burst, it's a burn. Real passion isn't fireworks, it's a campfire. It's not explosive, it's enduring. Duckworth explains that passionate people don't always burn the brightest in the beginning. Instead, they burn the longest. They commit. They stick. They return day after day, year after year, even when no one's watching. We often think passion is a sudden revelation. But in truth, passion is something you develop. It evolves. It deepens. And most of all, it stays. In Duckworth's research, high achievers had one thing in common: a sustained interest in their craft over many years. They didn't jump from idea to idea. They found something meaningful and stayed loyal to it through failure, through boredom, through plateau. Passion doesn't mean every day is exciting. It means every day is chosen. And gritty people choose their purpose again and again, with or without the applause. You don't need to feel on fire every day. But you do need to keep showing up for what matters. Think of one interest that stayed with you over time. Reflect on what fuels that flame. Then, write down 3 actions you'll take this month to deepen your commitment, even when it feels routine. Chapter 3. Perseverance is the engine. Anyone can start, gritty people finish. Perseverance isn't just resilience, it's long-term resilience. It's the ability to stay the course, not just bounce back. It's forward momentum over time, not just recovery after failure. Duckworth emphasizes that gritty people don't just survive setbacks. They use them. They learn. They grow. They get better. Quitting is easy when things get tough. But grit means staying when it's no longer fun, when progress slows, when nobody's clapping. That's when most people give up, and that's where gritty people gain their edge. The path to mastery isn't straight. It's winding. It's steep. It's uncertain. But the gritty person keeps going because they're anchored in purpose and fueled by patience. Perseverance isn't a feeling. It's a decision you keep making. It's saying, I'm not done yet, one more time. Look at one area of your life where you've faced recent resistance. Write a plan to show up for the next 7 days, no matter how small the progress. Just stay in the game. Chapter 4. The Power of Purpose. Grit needs fuel, and the deepest fuel is purpose. Passion alone might get you started, but purpose is what gets you through. It's the belief that your work matters to others, not just yourself. Duckworth shows that gritty people often have a deep sense of service. They don't just pursue goals to feel good, they pursue goals that do good. Their perseverance is powered by meaning. Purpose makes the pain worthwhile. When you believe in the value of your mission, you're more likely to endure discomfort and push through frustration. And here's the twist. Purpose isn't always found. Sometimes it's built. It starts with curiosity, grows with contribution, and becomes a calling over time. The most resilient performers in any field aren't just goal-driven. They're guided by something larger than achievement. They ask, who benefits when I don't give up? That question changes everything. Write down your top goal. Now ask yourself, who does this help? How does my success impact others? Reconnect with the deeper meaning. Chapter 5. Practice like a pro. Practice doesn't make perfect. Deliberate practice does. Duckworth explains that elite performers don't just practice more, they practice better. They break skills into parts. They stretch themselves beyond comfort. They seek feedback. They adjust. This kind of practice is uncomfortable. It's repetitive. It's focused. And most people avoid it because it's not fun. But gritty people lean into it. They know that progress lives in the zone between comfort and failure. That's where real growth happens. Deliberate practice isn't mindless repetition. It's intentional, strategic effort. It's showing up, even when the results are invisible. Even when it feels like you're not improving. And over time, the compound effect kicks in. Tiny gains stack into massive results. You don't need to love the grind, but you do need to respect it. Pick one skill you want to master. Break it down into a 30-minute daily routine. Add a stretch goal, feedback loop, and weekly review. Chapter 6. Grit grows with time. Grit isn't fixed. It grows. Duckworth's research shows that grit develops as we age, especially when we commit to something meaningful long enough. Just like a muscle, grit strengthens with resistance. Every time you stick with something hard, every time you recommit after failure, every time you keep showing up, you build your capacity to endure. And grit isn't just personal, it's social. When we're surrounded by people who model grit, we rise to meet them. Growth mindset also plays a role. When you believe you can improve, you're more likely to persist. That belief becomes the fuel for effort, and effort becomes the source of excellence. So don't worry if you're not gritty enough today. Start building it. And tomorrow, you'll be more resilient than you were yesterday. Track your grit. Choose one habit and commit to 30 days of consistency. Reflect weekly on how your mindset and discipline evolve. Chapter 7. Parenting and Culture of Grit. Grit doesn't grow in isolation, it grows in culture. Duckworth emphasizes that homes, schools, and teams all shape grit. And the most effective environments are both supportive and demanding. Whether you're a parent, a teacher, or a leader, your job is to create a space that values effort, rewards persistence, and embraces struggle as a path to growth. Praise isn't about outcome. It's about effort. It's about saying, I saw how hard you worked, not just you're smart. Rules matter, expectations matter, but love and encouragement matter just as much. Gritty cultures balance both, challenge and care, discipline and freedom. Normalize hard things, celebrate sticking with them, and teach that quitting too early is not the same as knowing when to pivot. Think of someone you lead or mentor. How can you raise the bar while still lifting them up? Practice supportive demand this week in how you encourage and challenge them. Chapter 8. Grit is contagious. We rise or fall to the level of our environment. Grit isn't just an individual trait, it's a shared one. When you surround yourself with gritty people, their resilience rubs off on you. Look at elite teams, tough organizations, strong families. They create cultures where persistence is expected, not exceptional. Duckworth calls this the grit contagion. When effort is normal, when commitment is honored, when finishing is celebrated, you absorb that mindset. So audit your circle. Who are you around? Who do you become when you're with them? Your community either expands your grit or erodes it. List your top 5 influences. Are they gritty? If not, seek out one new community, online or offline, where grit is the norm, not the exception. Chapter 9. Why Grit Wins in the End. Grit isn't fast, it's not glamorous, but it's unbeatable. In the short term, talent may look like it's winning, but over years, over decades, grit leaves talent behind. Duckworth reminds us that grit isn't just about success, it's about fulfillment. It's about knowing you gave everything to something that mattered. The gritty life isn't easy, but it's meaningful. It's not about being the best. It's about being your best consistently. Grit doesn't guarantee you'll be great at something, but without grit, you'll never know how great you could have been. Write your long-term goal, then write a 5-year plan to pursue it. Not a perfect plan, just one that commits you to persistence, even when progress is slow. This was Grit by Angela Duckworth, brought to you by Success Resources Books Insights. If this message brought clarity, follow it, protect it, live it. This is more than mindset. It's a mission. Keep seeking, keep growing, keep giving. And together, let's make the world rich again.